The loss found at the Palmetto? Clara Jennings had worked the night shift at the Palmetto Hotel for 7 years. She could clean 20 rooms in a night, track every minibar charge without looking at the sheet, and fix a clogged toilet with a hanger and a prayer. She liked the silence of the hours after midnight when guests had settled into their expensive sheets, and the lobby smelled only of lemon polish and stale air conditioning. But there was one job Clara hated, one duty that made her skin itch every time the supervisor handed her the clipboard: the lost found. It wasn't just a closet of umbrellas and phone chargers. At the Palmetto, a hotel just off the Strip in Las Vegas, the lost found was a machine, an entire system with forms, tiers, and secret protocols Clara had never understood until the night she opened the wrong box. It began like any other Tuesday night. A couple from Michigan had complained about a missing necklace, a diamond pendant shaped like a teardrop. They swore the maid had taken it, but Clara knew better. Jewelry didn't just disappear, it went into the system. She took the elevator down to the basement, badge clipped to her polo shirt, clipboard in hand. The lost found was kept behind 2 locked doors. Only the night supervisor and 2 trusted staff had access. Clara was one of them. Inside, rows of shelves held bins labeled with dates and codes. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Most of the items were cheap plastic sunglasses, baseball caps, a stuffed bear left behind by a crying child. But the Tier 3 shelf had different rules. Tier 3 items didn't get logged on the guest-accessible system. They were cataloged separately, uploaded to an internal drive Clara had never been allowed to see. That night, when she opened the bin labeled T307, she found the diamond pendant. It was tagged, photographed, and sealed in a velvet pouch. But there was also something else in the folder. A printed memo with a name she recognized, the general manager. The instructions were clear. Redirect to VIP disposal, do not log. Clara froze. She'd heard rumors, whispers among the staff about how the hotel skimmed valuables from careless guests. The excuse was always the same: unclaimed property after 90 days. But this wasn't 90 days. The necklace had been reported missing 3 hours earlier, and here it was, rerouted before the guest had even signed the loss form. She tucked the memo into her pocket. The next night, Clara tried to bring it up to her supervisor, Mr. Lowell. He was a broad man with tired eyes and a permanent sweat stain on his collar. "Don't ask questions you don't want answers to," he said, pushing the clipboard back at her. "You've got 2 kids and a mortgage. Do your job." That was when Clara realized it wasn't just a scam. It was a system, and everyone who lasted more than a month on night crew was part of it. The guests never saw it, but Clara began to notice the patterns. Expensive watches, designer handbags, custom cufflinks, they all found their way into Tier 3. Some were claimed, most weren't, and when they weren't, they disappeared, rerouted to VIP disposal. She started keeping copies of the memos, dozens of them hidden under her mattress in her small North Las Vegas apartment. Each memo had initials, executives, managers, even security, names too powerful to accuse. One night, while emptying a room on the 19th floor, Clara found something different. A black notebook tucked under a mattress. Not a guest journal, a ledger. Inside were dates, item codes, and payout amounts. Tier 3 wasn't just storage, it was a pipeline. The hotel was laundering valuables, reselling them through pawn shops and private brokers. The ledger had her initials on one line. Clara's stomach twisted. They had put her name in the system. She was already complicit, whether she knew it or not. She thought about calling the police. But in Las Vegas, hotels had friends in every department. She thought about telling the couple from Michigan, warning them their necklace would never be returned. But the thought of losing her job, of losing health insurance for her kids, shut her mouth. Until the night someone left her a note in her locker. It was a sticky note, written in block letters. "I know what you're keeping. Meet me at 3 a.m. in the loading dock." She thought it was a trap, security testing her. But curiosity gnawed at her until she found herself standing under the buzzing fluorescent light by the dumpsters. A man in a maintenance uniform was waiting. His name tag said Alvarez. He held a folder of photocopied memos, the same ones Clara had hidden. "They're going to pin it on us," Alvarez said. "Lowell management, all of them. When the state comes, we're the fall guys, unless we do something first." Clara's pulse raced. "Do what?" He leaned closer. "We make it public. We leak the ledger, the memos. We burn the system before it burns us." For weeks, Clara wrestled with the decision. She knew Alvarez was right. She also knew whistleblowers didn't last long in Vegas. People disappeared, debts appeared, jobs vanished. The breaking point came when she saw her son's face. He had found one of the memos she'd hidden and asked, "Mom, why does your name look like it's in trouble?" That night, Clara met Alvarez again. Together they uploaded the documents to a cloud drive, sending copies to local reporters, regulators, anyone who might care. By morning, the Palmetto buzzed with panic. Security stormed through the halls. Managers shouted in closed-door meetings. Clara was called into the office, where Lowell sat behind a desk, his face pale. "You stupid woman," he said. "Do you have any idea what you've done?" Clara smiled for the first time in months. "Yeah, I gave the guests back their lost found." The fallout was swift. News broke. Lawsuits followed. The Palmetto lost contracts, executives resigned, Lowell disappeared, maybe fled, maybe worse. Alvarez vanished too. Clara never saw him again, but Clara stayed. She kept her job somehow, though she knew the hotel hated her for it. Guests still lost things, but now the lost found was just a closet again. Umbrellas, chargers, stuffed bears, and sometimes when she walked past the Tier Q3 shelves, she swore she could still hear the humming of the machine they dismantled, like a ghost of a system that had fed on silence.